باهي سيدي، مرحبا بكم الناس الكل. باش نعملوا كالعادة فيديو جديد على questions and answers. المرة هذه على البراكت على risks. هذايا الشابتر نمبر 9 في ال PMP Training presentation متاعنا. فهمتوا؟ فيه 3 sections. السكشن الأولانية اللي فيها types of risks، السكشن الثانية اللي هي risk analysis، والسكشن الثالثة اللي هي risk planning. السكشن الأولانية اللي هي types of risks نشوف فيها negative risks, threats, positive risks, opportunities, known unknowns unknown unknowns, active acceptance, passive acceptance, insurable risk residual. اوكي. السكشن الثانية اللي هي فيها risk analysis نشوفوا risk tolerance, risk appetite, risk averse, what if scenario analysis, sensitivity analysis, Monte Carlo analysis, alternative analysis, decision tree analysis, qualitative risk analysis, probability and impact metrics, quantitative risk analysis, expected monetary value EMV. ما تغلطوش لنا بين EMV اللي هي expected في الاكسبكتد فاليو نتاع الريسك. كانوا ثريت مش تجي الفاليو نيجاتيف، كانوا opportunity مش تكون الفاليو بوزيتيف، باش من بعد نزيدوهم في الريزيرف ولا نقصوا، ولا مش لازم نزيدوهم في الريزيرف. زيدوهم في الريزيرف اذا كانوا ثريت، مش لازم نزيدوهم في الريزيرف ونقصوا من التوتال كالكوليشن نتاع الاي ام في نتاع الريسك الكل اذا كانوا opportunity. ريسك threshold. alright. والسكشن الأخرانية في الشابتر الكونتنجنسي بلان والكونتنجنسي ريزيرف، وشفنا هذه كيفاش يدخل حتى في البادجت، الباك بلان، المانجمنت ريزيرف اللي شفنا في البادجت كالكوليشن، الورك اراوند فيرسس بايفوت، ريسك ريجستر، ريسك اونر، والريسك مانجمنت بلان اللي هي الاولانيه تصير. باهي كالعاده باش نمشيو ونشوفوا الكتاب بتاع صديقنا ياسين التونسي الاسنشال بريباريشن، نشوفوا براكتس تيست. نبداو بالكويشن الاولانيه ديفلوبمنت. لهنا ثم شكون يقول لك كيفاش تقول لي ريتروسبكتيف ميتنج، لهنا اجل وتحكي لي على الريسك مانجمنت. قلنا في التريننج راهو الريسك ما عندوش علاقه بوتر فول ولا هايبريد ولا اجل. risks exist in every project regardless of the methodology or the approach. The development team expressed their desire to get training in Python programming. The project manager was checking some well-known training providers when they found a new provider that offers the same training for its practice. The project manager was hesitant about getting the training from this new provider since they weren't sure about the quality. Link the risk response on the left to the correct strategy on the right. طبعا هذا نوع من الأسئلة يجيكم في الامتحان اللي هو اربط بسهم ولا حتى دراج دروب. اوكي. All right. So share the risk with senior management and let them decide. شنو هذا؟ Isn't that escalate? Enroll one developer to enroll one developer to assess the training quality before enrolling the rest of the team. هذا mitigation. اوكي، فهو نقصوا من الحدة. mitigation قلنا تنقص من الحدة، فبعثوا only one developer في الكواليتي. developer هذه رئيس great quality يبعثوا بقية الفريق، قالوا لهم لا poor quality ما يبعثوش بقية الفريق لأن حبوا بالimpact. Look for another accredited training agency that has a good reputation. لأنا avoid سوف يفك علينا، ما نحبوش نمشي ولا اختارنا. ولا get the training for all the team since it's not expensive. لأنا accept طبعا، لأنا قال لك لا الأمريكي لبس ما عنده حتى مشكلة. نمشيو ل question 2. While working on identifying risks, a project manager among team members concerning the appropriate way to execute an important work item. What can the project manager do to mitigate this risk? باهي لأن الفريق ماهوش ماهوش مثلا كما نقولوا متفاهم على how to execute an important work item. مش لازم البروجكت مانجر لأنه يعمل to mitigate this risk. Outsource the concerned work item ولا enroll the team in a training about technologies. Let the team self-organize and figure out how to execute the work item ولا escalate the issue to the functional manager. هذه دي out لأنه escalating دي ما هي آخر حاجة ما نمشيولاش أصلا. اوكي outsource ده is not logical جملة. اوكي فنبقى بين enrolling the team in a training باش نفهموا التكنولوجيا ولا let the team self-organize and figure out how to execute the work item. The team is already disagreeing. The team is already in disagreement. Do you think فما يجيش منه انه نخليهم self organized ويحلوها واحدة واحدة لانهم already اللي هو نعمل لهم تريننج على التكنولوجيا باش ينجموا يخدموا الخدمة بالصحيح. نمشي question 3. A stakeholder added a user story to the product backlog. The user story seemed clear to the Scrum team. All right. However, during execution, the assigned member gets confused about one of its implementation scenarios. What should the development team member do in this case? شو بنعمل في الحالة هذه؟ Ask the stakeholder for clarification, convey their confusion to the Scrum Master who will help get a clarification from the product owner. Will I wait for the next stand-up meeting to report the issue to the Scrum Master or product owner if they do attend the meeting. هذه دي لا على خاطر أولا يعني مش لازم عليه يستنى النكست ستاند-up meeting. احنا في سكرام نخدمه face to face. Okay, in order to ease the community and سهل ونسرع الأمور. ونجم هذا يبطيه ويبطي الفريق معاه ويزيد escalate to the product owner غلطة في stand up meeting يبقى بين ال A وال B و C. Ask the stakeholder for clarification. These are لا لأنه developers they don't need to talk to stakeholders directly. They can talk to the product owner directly. باهي فنبقى بين ال B وال C. Ask the product owner for clarification ولا convey their confusion to the Scrum Master who will help get the clarification. يمنع التيم ممبر انه يحكي دايركتلي مع البرودكت اونر كما شفنا في الحصه الثالثه الرابعه في سكرام. فلهنا they can talk directly to the product owner and ask for clarification. فالاجابه الصحيحه هي البي. few question 4. okay. During the planning phase, the project manager speculated that there will become a steering committee. أنا عمل assumption هو. Since any change could be very critical to the project manager assigned a team member to monitor for triggers. Where should the name of the person during the steering committee be recorded? And the risk register, and the issue log, and the change log, or in the stakeholders register. ما دام أنا نحكي على trigger شفنا risks are always recorded in the risk register, including the responsible person. كما نشوفوا لهنا لو نمشوا الريسك ريجستر نلقاو responsible ولا ريسك اونر. فلنا الاجابه الصحيحه مش تكون هي الريسك ريجستر مش ايشيو لوج مش تشينج لوج ومش ستيك هولدرز ريجستر. خاطر نحكيو لنا على اسم الشخص التيم ممبر اللي مش يراقب بالتريجرز. باهي فالاجابه الصحيحه هي ريسك ريجستر. Even though the project management plan was perfectly elaborated, the project manager thinks that unforeseen events could have a big impact on the whole project. What should the project manager do next? Identify these events and update the project management plan. Will ensure that the management reserve is allotted? Will discuss these events with the sponsor in order to develop a fallback plan? Will perform a qualitative risk assessment to define the priority of لأنه these events haven't been identified yet. لأننا نحكي على the unknown unknowns, the unforeseen events. الكلمة الكيورد لنا هي كلمة unforeseen, unidentified. سو نحكي على unknown unknowns، وقلنا ال unknown unknowns هذوما نحلهم بالمانجمنت ريزيرف. فلأن الإجابة الصحيحة هي ensure that the management reserve is allotted. فهمت؟ فعليش خاطر هما unforeseen events، يعني they cannot be identified right now. فلأنا identify these events. How can you discuss these events مع sponsor وهم مش identified؟ فالإجابة الصحيحة هي البي. Okay, ensure that the management reserve is allotted. Question 6. During a planning session, project management team determined that they need to purchase new equipment in November. The project manager thought that it would be a good idea to take advantage of Black Friday's discounts since it takes place in November. How should the project team deal with this opportunity? Exploit, share, enhance ولا accept؟ طبعا لأنها مادام هذه opportunity and it's happening in November, in the last week of November, so they just need to exploit it. Okay, they don't need to share it because there is no reason to share it. Share it with whom? This is a project thing. Enhance it. How did they enhance it? Enhance it معناتها نحطوا نوفمبر كامل ولا أكتوبر كامل هو Black Friday. It's not possible. Well, I mean, really doing nothing يعني just it could be passive acceptance إذا كان ماهيش active ولا acceptance. فالإجابة الصحيحة مش تكون exploit، يعني تصير يجي last week of November and we just do it. Question 7. An agile team is working on developing an innovative digital product. The product owner added a user story in the product backlog and noted that it should be implemented in the next release. طيب فلأنا innovative digital product. The product owner أضاف user story للproduct backlog وزاد ملاحظة اللي هي لازم تكون implemented في next release. During a refinement session with the product owner, the development team stated that they are not sure about the user story implementation since it requires particular inputs from the current release. What should the development team do next? Further study the different implementation scenarios of the user story. ولا prioritize the user story since it involves. Stop spending more time trying to figure out how to implement the user story until they collect more information. ولا give the user story a final estimation based on the current understanding and available information. هذه absolutely لا. علاش؟ على خاطر الكي وورد هنا اللي هي اليوزر ستوري should be implemented in the next release. فعلوش من توا نقرا ولا في حسابها ومن no. Further the implementation scenarios of this user story لا، لأن it's scheduled for the next release. The user story since it involves a high level of ambiguity and risk. كيف لا؟ Stop spending more time. Okay, حتى لين يجي الوقت الامتحان. Question 8. The project manager is assigned to lead a mega project that requires experts and resources from different countries. Unable to predict epidemics, the project team is worried about facing another event like coronavirus that might cause delays and cost overruns. Do the planning meeting لأن البروجكت مانجر عنده huge project with more experts and resources من العالم الكل. فلنا بما أن مش يعرفوا ثم جائحة جاية ولا لا كما الكورونا فيروس تنجم تأثر على الوقت وعلى الكوست. شيء من البروجكت مانجر يعمل during the risk planning phase. باهي add the risk to the risk register, perform a qualitative risk analysis. ايش معناتها qualitative risk analysis؟ معناتها يشوف قديش ال probability وقديش ال impact. techniques add the risk to the issue log. absolutely لا، ما يجيش منه risk يجي في ال issue log. monitor the development of the risk. I don't think monitor the development of the risk على خاطر لهنا ما زال ما هوش identify. add the risk to the risk register and perform a qualitative risk analysis. هذا من الإجابات الصح. نشوف question 9 energy company maintenance project. During project execution, an engineer finds out that a spare part should be immediately changed to avoid an imminent power outage. لازم تو يبدلوا قطع باش يصير مش power outage. However, it will take a lot of time to get a new spare part during the organization's procurement process. What should the project manager do in this case? لازم تو جدا. She's a project manager يعمل في الحالة هذه. Buy the spare part without following the procurement process. أو follow the procurement process regardless of the risk result. خطر كبير هذه. Update the organization procurement process in order to be able to get the spare part as soon as possible. صعب برشا انك update the company's procurement process بس for your project. Escalate the problem to the sponsor. لهنا surprise the problem to the sponsor. علاش؟ على خاطر لهنا نحكيو على حاجة صارت. فهمت على خاطر should be immediately changed immediately. فلهنا in order to bypass البروكورمنت بروسيس يلزم نطلبوا سبورت من السبونسر. في الحاله هذه يس escalate the problem to the project sponsor. باهي escalating risks هي واحده من الانسرز. هي وقت في الريسك مانجمنت. فقبل ما يصير الباور اوتج بما ان عندنا توا ريكويست فور immediate change فلازم تصير اسكاليشن. والاسكاليشن هي واحده من الريسبونسز اللي نستعملها في الريسك مانجمنت. الحالة الوحيدة صدق. Question 10. Mid-sprint, the development team's work was disrupted by a sudden issue concerning a dysfunctioning software feature. فجأة. During the following retrospective meeting, the project method in order to investigate the problem. Why did the project manager choose to use this specific technique? Retrospective. شنو اللي صار؟ To identify the 5 main factors that caused the issue, or to identify the root cause of the issue, or identify the 5 members. No. I didn't know 5 members. No. Identify the steps. No. ال 5 whys هي root cause analysis. فلان الإجابة صحيحة مش تكون B. Question 11. During the planning of a call center project, a stakeholder mentions that since they used internet cable DSL can be slow, it should be considered a high risk to the project. However, based on their previous projects, the project manager thinks that the cable internet would work just fine for the project. مثلا مش مشكلة مع DSL. Another stakeholder intervenes to explain and reliability vary depending on the geographical location. What should the project manager do next? Analyze and prioritize the risk by using a probability and impact matrix. Set a contingency reserve to install fiber internet cables if the threat occurs. I don't think so. Perform a qualitative risk analysis by developing a risk mitigation plan. Risk mitigation analysis كما قلنا هي نحسب probability والimpact. ولا perform a quantitative risk analysis to determine the risk exposure. First of all, quantitative risk analysis نستعملوا probability في شو اسمه هذه نحسبوا expected monetary value. expected monetary value نحسبوا impact يعني monetarily. باهي. لكن first لازم نعملوا analysis and prioritize the risk بس تعمل impact مش تكون ال A. اوكي لانه first لازم نعملوا qualitative risk analysis بس تعمل probability والimpact ونعمل prioritization. ومن بعد اذا كان السكور كما شفنا اذا السكور اعلى من threshold وقتها نعملوا other measures. Okay. Question 12. project manager receives a document from the customer containing the new project's requirements. When going through the document, the project manager finds it difficult to understand certain requirements, outputs, and most importantly, the project's ultimate goal. What should the project manager do next? Ask the customer for clarifications, reject the new project. لا, absolutely لا. Start planning the first iteration. I don't think so. على خاطر مع unclarities. فهمت؟ to analyze the project requirements. علاش الدي وقت اللي هو ينجم يسأل الكاستمر مباشرة for clarifications. As simple as that. كما قلنا simple solution direct communication. فلهنا الإجابة الصحيحة هي ال A. Question 13. During project execution, the project team had an issue with a reliable vendor. Since the incident had a high impact on the project scope, the project manager decided to terminate the deal with them again in the future. And to never deal, مش never to never deal with them. Where should the project manager record the issue? Lessons learned register, change log لا, risk register ولا issue log. This is an issue. Issues are recorded in the issue log. Okay, فالإجابة الصحيحة هي issue log. Question 14. As part of the project, an outdoor ceremony event is planned. However, forecasts show that it would be raining all week. فمش يعمل الحفلة في الخارج. Knowing that it's not possible to change the event's date, what can the project manager do to turn around the situation, يعني to mitigate it? Apply the risk response previously elaborated in the risk register. Get waterproof tents, change the event location to an indoor space, new location, will ask all invitees to take the needed precautions by binding their raincoats, umbrellas, etc. طبعا بما انه هو المنظم ما نجمش يطلب يعني من الانفايتيز to take precautions، ما نجمش يبدل الديت. فأسهل حاجة هو إنه يحاول يعمل mitigation، يعني تخفيف من الحدة، بإنه يعمل water اوكي and يحط الايفنت يولي indoor. ما ينجمش يبدل الديت لكن ينجم يبدل يعني اللوكيشن somehow. So it will be an indoor space to inform all invitees of the location. Okay. So this is خاطرش قال لك لأنه قال لك نهار قبل الايفنت النشرة الجوية تقول لك it will rain. It's not possible to change the date, but it's possible maybe to change the location. Okay. So لأن situation get waterproof tents and change the event to indoor space. Apply the risk response previously elaborated in the risk register. ما ثماش هذا الريسك موجود في risk register لأنه it's a new risk. Ask all invitees to take precaution by bringing the raincoats, umbrellas, etc. It's not such a nice لأنه كأنه يعمل في transfer the risk. Okay. في الحالة هذه it's not such a good approach. فالإجابة الصح ما بيمس. نمشي question the risk identification process. Attrition of resources was identified as a major risk. As the response, the project manager decided to opt for financial incentives to motivate their team members. What type of risk response are they following? Mitigation, transference ولا avoidance؟ طبعا لنا الإجابة الصحيحة مش تكون البي، هي الميتيجيشن في الحالة هذه. علاش؟ على خاطر البروجكت مانجر يميتيجي ريسك اوف ذا ريسورس اتريشن، لان الهدف نتاع الميتيجيشن هو النقص من البروبابيليتي ولا من الامباكت. اوكي متاع الريسورس اتريشن. باهي به. هكا نكونوا كملنا اللطل يعني تيست and and risks. Okay. alright. تفرجوا في الفيديوهات الأخرين متاع ال other performance domains ولا في الفيديوهات الأخرين متاع الإكزامز، الإصلاح متاع الإكزامز. Okay, so thank you very much and have a great rest of the day.